In this video, I'll show you how to plot composite curves. One way to graph a function containing several terms is to graph each term separately and then add or subtract them on the graph paper. This is called the addition of ordinates. The question reads, plot the composite curve y is equal to 8 over x plus cosine x for the values of x from 0 to 12 radians. You'll notice that this function of ours contains two terms. The first one and the second one. What I will do is find out the outputs from 0 to 12 for both of these terms individually. Once I've plotted them, I will then add the outputs, which will then give me the output for the final function itself. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start off with the 8 over x. Now obviously I can't input 0 into here because 8 over 0 will give us an error, so I'll just cross that out. And cosine at 0 we know is 1. And you can always confirm that with your calculator. Next, 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. And cosine at 2 gives us negative 0.4161. Let's continue. 8 divided by 4 gives us 2. And once again, cosine at 4 is negative 0.6536. 8 divided by 6 gives us approximately 1.33, and cosine at 6 gives us 0.9601. Now I'll do the same thing for the rest of these x's, and this is what you should get. Now that I've created my table, I can go ahead and plot both of these terms. I'll start off by plotting cosine because I already know what cosine looks like. It starts at 1, makes its way down to negative 1 midway through its cycle, and then goes back to 1. So this is what you should get if you plot the cosine curve. Now that I've drawn my cosine curve, I'll move on to 8 over x. Now for this, I'm not aware of what it looks like in particular, so I'll use my table to help me. And I will use the color green. So this is green, and this is purple. That being said, at 0, it's undefined. At 2, it's going to be 4. At 4, it's 2. At 6, it's 4 over 3, which is equal to 1.33 repeating. At 8, it's 1. 10, just below 1. At 12, it's 0.666 repeating, which gives us a final curve that looks like this. Now to find the curve for this function altogether, I'll need to add up my outputs. So 4 plus this number gets me the following for x for the main function. 3.58. So I'll write that number down right here, 3.58. The next one is 2 plus this number, 2 plus negative 0.6536 gives me 1.34. And you'll do the same thing for each, and this is what you should end up with. And finally, 0.666 repeating plus 0.8438 gives us approximately 1.51. So let's go ahead and graph these. At 2, we have 3.58. So at 2, we have 3.58. That extends up to here. At 4, 1.34, which is over here. At 6, 2.29. 6, we go back to 2.29. At 8, it's 0.85. So at 8, we have 0.85, which is around here. At 10, we have negative 0.039. That's around here. And lastly, at 12, we have 1.51. 12, positive 1.51 is up here. Let's connect these in a smooth curve. We should end up with the following. So what you see in red is the composite curve for these two terms added up. And so there you have it. That is how to plot composite curves.